Welcome into TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We're getting ready for the matchup here between the West Hancock Titans and the Illini West Chargers here at Jim Replinger Field. It's senior night as well. Titans trying to play spoiler as the Chargers are one game potentially away from making the playoffs. If they get to 5 wins, they got a chance. 6 would secure it for them. So a win here today would give them the berth potentially, and then a win next week as well would secure that playoff hopes. That matchup coming up next week is going to be against Tuscola, and that one's going to be at home. My name is Luke Little. Here with me today is my color Kobe Blackmond, and as always, Emily Hagee rocking the camera. Titans are set to return here today in the first half. Coltzenberg and Froman are the return man for the Titans. Tristan is going to be set to kick. We've been informed that number 61 for the Illini West Chargers by Mr. Keith Yucks up here, and the head coach Jacob Calvin of Illini West, and multiple other people already that they're unsure how to pronounce Tristan's last name, so we have been told just to call him Tristan this whole entire game. So if we say Tristan, we're talking about the kicker, Mr. Tristan, number 61. So don't get too confused about that. Kickoff getting ready to go. That'll open up this senior night here today in Jim Replinger Field in Hamilton, Illinois. Titans are 1-6, Chargers 4-3 on the year. Kick is away. It's a nice boot all the way to the 20. Coltzenberg, the return man, gets it, comes back up the middle, tries to cut it back to the outside. He's got one block. Gooding, but finally tackled around the 33 by number 23, Reed Schaefer.
Yeah, great job by Coltzenberg right there to give the Titans some energy right there to start the game.
Yeah, good cutback on that one. Titans love to run the fake there. They sometimes run the fake there to Hunter Froman. Used to be Gunnar Grotehouse until his injury against, I believe, Stark County. Yes, it was Stark County at Warsaw. Titans getting ready here for their first drive of the game. Bryce Varner set up under center. 2 wide receivers either side. The snap, handed off to Daydant. Gets a couple blocks by Jess Scott, runs it all the way, and I believe that's going to be a Lost Boy Digital first down, and it is a great play there on first down. The run gives them so many opportunities.
Yeah, good job by the Titans to establish the run early. A nice play, 10 yards on the first play. You'll take it.
Titans last week had more rushing yards than passing yards, and I believe in my 2 years of commentating, that is the first time I've seen that yet. They hand it off to Dadan again. He bounces it to the far side. He's going to be dragged down after a gain of about 4. They never moved the first down markers. Chain gang never moved up. The tackle is made by Isaiah Knotts over on the far side of the field. Titans going to run trips on the near side of the field, or the wide side, you could call it as well. Shotgun, drop back to pass, quick pass over to Coltzenberg. It's a screen pass. This one's tipped. This might be a fumble. We'll see what they call it. It was, I believe, a backwards pass.
A great job by Coltzenberg to be aware of the ball, as it was a backwards pass, which means it's a live ball for the defense to grab.
It's going to bring up second down. They're going to call it an incomplete pass as the official ruling, as the officials got together. Going to be set up again here in shotgun. Titans last week faced off against Knoxville. Knoxville ended up winning that one. I believe it was 80-52 final score. It was 40-37 at halftime, but then the defense from the Titan receivers locked down the run game as well. Set up here. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Gets a couple blocks on the outside. He might cut it back up the field. He does. And tackled after a gain of about 5 yards. It'll bring up second or third and 5 to go here.
Yeah, Werner, as we talked earlier, Luke is an athlete. You know, you talked about his stats, so I expect we see a lot of QB runs by him.
Number 71, Isaac Jones on the tackle there. Varner, he's got to jump. This might be a false start on the Titans, however. We'll see who they call this on.
Yeah, it looked like it was that right guard right there.
Yeah, number 54, Jackson Steinkamp, I believe, is going to get the call. No, they're going to call it on the defense. They're going to say Steinkamp moved only because of the encroachment on the Chargers. That'll give them a Lost Boy Digital first down, and there it's one of those 50-50 calls for the official.
Yeah, that, like you said, 50-50 calls, and I was going to say it would have been a drive killer there. You got a couple good plays in a flag. You see it so much in the pros where you got a good drive and then a flag, and then it just stops the whole drive.
Momentum is huge in this. They fake the handoff, quarterback keeper. He has one to beat, tries to cut to the outside, has another man to beat. Gets about 4 more yards again, then Steven Sparks makes a tackle on the far side of the field. And Varner, the leading rusher for the Titans this year so far. I believe he had 2 rushing touchdowns at least against Knoxville, put on a performance with his legs, but Titans defense could not hold up, and that's really been the name of the game so far this year is the Titans defense. Offense has been doing a great job so far this season. It's the run game that has been killing them so far. We'll get to that when they're on the defensive side of the field. They try to stop and go. The hitch route to Froman. They just can't quite connect on it. Love to run the hitch, just a little overthrown.
Yeah, good route by Froman, but just overthrown by the quarterback right there.
It'll bring up 3rd and 7 to go. This is 4-down territory for the Titans here. You got Schmidt and Froman near side, Kolzenberg and Gooding on far side. Haven't looked at Gooding just yet. And since he's on the short side of the field, most likely not going to go on the one-on-one screen pass over to him. Yep. One-on-one or a screen pass.
Yeah. 3rd and 7, you may see a quick screen or a quick pass to get it to his playmakers to make a move to try to get this first down.
Varner also loved to pick up those 3rd downs last week with his legs. See what they do here in shotgun. Hands it off to Dadant. He got a little bit of a lane. That's going to be a first down and a few more there for Dadant. Great run and a great hole. Gets 2 yards past the first down marker. That's going to be a Lost Boy Digital first down, not what we thought they were going to go with.
Yeah, I like that play call. Same run that started the drive for 10 yards, and there it was, another first down for the Titans.
Titans' offensive line throughout the season has improved a lot on their blocking game. First couple of weeks now, granted, they have been playing during those first couple of weeks, top teams in the state. You got DMAC, Farmington, Macomb, Elmwood, Brimfield, all top teams. Farmington number 2, I believe, in 2A currently. That pass over to Froman. It's a quick turnaround at the 25 before he's tackled. That'll be a gain of about 7 to 8 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and short here. 2nd and short gives you a lot of opportunities with the play call. Unsure what this is. The whistles blow. Froman is back out there, so he wasn't hurt. They're getting a water break. There could be an official timeout here just to go over it.
Yeah, but great catch great run after catch by Froman right there. Make a couple moves and get the first down for the Titans, or gain a couple yards for the Titans.
And that's really what the Titans have been doing all year is that little just give it to the wide receivers, let them get yards after the catch. It is senior night here, so we'd like to congratulate our football seniors. We'll do the dance team and cheerleading team and the band during halftime, but we'll run over the senior football members here real quick. Timothy Brownlee, Manny Cedillo, Ryder Duffy, Cole Furtado, Nolan Gooding, Caden Greer, Wesley Hester, Case Colmorger, Tucker Kolzenberg, Malachi McCune, Ethan Schmidt, Braxton Scott, Corey Skinner, Bryce Varner, and Hayden McMillan are all the seniors here today for this West Hancock football team. Congratulations to all those seniors. And thank you very much for this season and all the effort they've put in so far.
Yeah, it's always good to be a senior playing football. Maybe the last couple games, a lot of emotions. You know, you probably won't play at the next level, so a lot of emotion probably for them today. The last whole game as well.
9:12 on the clock. Now, Kobe, you did used to play. You're from the Chicagoland area. What would you say is so far? Obviously, we've only seen one drive. What would you say is the biggest difference between the styles of play between the two areas here in Illinois?
A lot more pass pro-style offense, if that makes sense. Like a lot of spread offense. You know, back in Chicago, it's a lot more heavy run, and you know. I see a lot of here. A lot of guys play both sides, so, you know, but definitely a lot more passing.
And you don't see that up in Chicago.
Not a lot. You know, the bigger schools, Simeon and stuff like that. But
this one's going to be a quarterback keeper. Got some blocks on the outside, a couple of yards. This is going to be a first down and a lot more. 10 more. That's going to bring up a Lost Boy Digital first down, and they're in the red zone sitting around the 12-yard line, I believe. They got a chance here to get on the board early, and Coach Coley Dorothy always talked about last year, getting on the board early, get that momentum, and then stop them on defense, and you're right back at it again. See what they can do here on 1st and 10 at the 12. Drive back to pass. He looks over, gets through his read, jukes up the middle, slips one defender, and tackled around the 6. Ball's out. Ball's out. Momentum killer. This one is going to be a Illini West Charger ball, I believe. And Varner loses control. And it's a big one for the Chargers, stopping them in the red zone. That's a killer right there for the Titans.
Yeah, 8 fumbles on the year now. That's going to make it a 9. Like you said, a drive killer, momentum killer right there. Was doing good, and now you hand the ball over in the red zone.
We are sitting over on the opposite 30-yard line, so I'm unsure of who came up with that fumble on that play. 8:45 on the clock here, though, for the Chargers. Got a chance to drive the field, get on the board early. They've won 4 in a row here after dropping 3 games in a row to Farmington, Elmwood, Brimfield, and Macomb at the beginning of the season. The snap, it's going to be a handoff over on the far side of the field. He's got to beat Gooding, and he shoves him out of bounds, but not before getting the first down around the 19-yard line. This will bring up 1st and 10 again, and really the name of the game for Illini West today is going to be run the ball.
Yep.
8:30 on the clock here for the Chargers. Titans have allowed 47 total touchdowns on the year. 41 of them have been rushing touchdowns. 11 rushing touchdowns last week for Knoxville with 701 rushing yards. Only had 1 passing attempt, and that was a spike. Almost had an open receiver. He does still over to number 12. That's Trey Niederman, the senior. Catches it around, it's going to be around the 34-yard line, going to be a completion of 15 yards, and a great job of extending the play, getting to the outside and not really rushing himself too much, being patient with the ball. There's a big one there for Ethan Carlisle, the quarterback.
A couple chunk plays for the Chargers already for that offense. We talk about how the Titans defense needs to be better, but, you know, if I'm an opposing team coming in, I'm going to run the ball and make that defense work.
Carlisle here with 2 backs. They motion over Max Kinneman. They hand it off on the near side of the field. It's the number 8, Nick Johnson, with the carry. I believe Johnson has over 500 rushing yards this season already. Well, I shouldn't say already. It is coming down to the end of the year, but Nick Johnson, been their primary back all season long, has been dominant in that back position as well.
And Nick Johnson, not the biggest guy, 5'9", 160.
Sorry about that, Kobe. 7:15 on the clock.
2nd and 5 coming up.
Carlisle with the ball. 2nd and 5 to go here. Ball on the 38. Snap it, hand it off. This is going to be to Knox. Gets tackled by number 7, Nolan Gooding, after a gain about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and short here, but even if they don't get this, wouldn't be surprised if they go for it on 4th. But the running game has been getting more than 3 yards each play, so. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised to see that again.
Yeah, Johnson with quick speed there on that outside. So, what do you see here, a run or a pass?
I wouldn't be surprised to see the run. That's the most likely thing I would see here from the Chargers. We haven't seen anything really up the middle yet, though. Everything's been outside of the numbers, trying to beat them with speed. So the Titans are packing the middle of the field. However, that's going to be a false start against number 66. That's Carson Purdy. That's going to move him back 5 yards and make it a much tougher 3rd and 7 here.
Yep, doesn't help the team at all. We talk about, once again, those drive killers. There it is, a false start on 3rd down.
3rd and 8. Have a lot more opportunities here with the pass or the run game. I still wouldn't be surprised if they went to the ground, but they're showing 2 wide receivers here on the near side. And Cole Gilpin and number 12, Trey Niederman.
Yeah, the Titans defense want to make sure they know where that first down mark is. Let them get a couple yards and make the tackle to get a 4th down.
And correction, 15 is Coleman Gilpin on that. Got 1 back, Carlisle. Shotgun. The snap. Hands it off over on the far side of the field. This is Johnson. Has a couple of blocks. He's got the first down and tackled just short of the 50-yard line by the Titans. Gets the first down, and again another run on the outside of the field. Malachi McCune with the tackle.
Yeah, there you caught it again. Both teams running it on 3rd down. We saw the Titans run it, and now the Chargers running it on 3rd down. So couple good plays for both teams on third down.
1st and 10. Ball right on the 50-yard line, they're saying. Almost in enemy territory of the Titans. They're going to run a trips right here, near side of the field. One receiver on the far side running out of that slot position. Carlisle solo back. Wouldn't be surprised if they motioned something over or ran a screen pass here. Could be quarterback keeper as well. It is a quarterback keeper. He gets hit exactly by, or immediately I should say, by Jess Scott. Gets into the backfield. 2-yard tackle for loss there.
Yeah, great job by the Titans defense getting finally a stop. And with those quarterback keepers, they're usually hit or a miss. You really catch the defense or you don't catch them. So great job by the Titans defense.
And again, only really 3 options from what we've seen so far from Illini West out of that package, and that was the quarterback keeper, the screen pass, or a motion over pitch or jet sweep. And there it's a quarterback keeper. Fakes the screen pass, but doesn't get anywhere. Loses 2 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. 2 backs here, 2 wide receivers. They give it off to Jackson, but they fake it around back to the other side. Ethan Schmidt gets in on the tackle, and this is going to be 4-yard gain, 2 yards past the original line of scrimmage. And I didn't know if he had a little bit more on the outside of the field.
Yeah,
But
I would like to see him bounce to the outside there as well.
I am a huge fan of the cuts up the middle. You hate to see a back go east to west.
Yeah.
You can't get yards that way. You got to go north and south there. I would have liked them to see it go a little bit farther east to west, see if you could get outside of the numbers, because that's where their primary success on the ground has been so far. Trips right here again, near side of the field. Big 3rd down, 3rd and 8. This is around 4th down territory, though.
Yeah, no running back in the backfield right here.
This is the same thing they ran the quarterback keeper out of earlier. Get somebody through. This is Ryan Horn. He gets into the backfield and sacks Ethan Carlisle. No time in the backfield at all.
Yeah.
The big man Horn finds himself his first sack of the game.
Yeah, how about the big man getting that sack? You know, they usually don't get a lot of them. They usually just in there holding the clogging the run lanes, but great sack by him.
That's going to force the Chargers to punt it away. 3:20 on the clock here in the first, and I was thinking maybe if they gain 4 yards, they're probably going for it there on 4th down. Even if they don't gain anything, they might go for it. But they're on a loss of 10. They're going to punt this one away. 4th and 17, and I believe a timeout is going to be called. Timeout by the Titans. We'll take a timeout here as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back with the last 3 minutes and 5 seconds of the first quarter.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Jim Replinger Field. Chargers punting this one away. Titans on the return. Bounces around the 18 all the way to the 16-yard line, and that's where the Titans are going to start their second drive of the game. Max Kinnaman with the punt. And really, last time, the Titans had a great drive all the way up until that very last play with the fumble by Varner. Got to secure it.
Yeah, great drive there. Had a lot of runs, only a couple passes, but, I mean, they were right there. Could have scored, and there he was.
Titans on the season are averaging 137 rushing yards per game compared to 232 passing yards per game so far. But here, I got to say, it's the run game for the Titans that has been their predominant mode of offense.
Yeah, another big thing with all runs to the right side. You saw a couple QB runs to the left, but mostly all to the right.
Varner here, motion over Coltenberg. They pitch it up, jet sweep to Coltenberg, cuts back inside. tries the stiff arm, but going to be tackled here after a gain of only 2. Flags come out. I think this might be, this could either be against Coltonburg an illegal use of hands to the face, but they're going to call it against the defense. This is most likely going to be a face mask. Face mask is going to be the call on the Chargers. This will give, I believe, 5 yards for the Titans. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Correction on that one. I'm completely incorrect. 15-yard penalty on that. You know, at some point we'll get there. I get confused with the NFL because the NFL, there's 2 different face mask penalty calls. There's a 5-yarder and a 15-yarder as well. My correction on that one. Sorry about that, folks, all listening. If you are listening, please put it in the comment section who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. We'd love to give y'all a shout-out here in the comment section. Trips right, shotgun. Hand it off to Daydant. They get through the line. Daydant's going to fight for 1 or 2 more after what looked like a gain of nothing. He falls for 1 yard.
Yeah, look like that Chargers defense is ready to play the run this drive, get up a lot of yards on the ground, but looking ready to play the run this drive.
Jackson Van Fleet initially with the hit there. Trips right again. Wouldn't be surprised to see quarterback keeper or a screen pass on this one. No, they're looking for the hitch and go to Froman. He's got him wide open. Did he overthrow him? He's got him perfect. Right into the breadbasket. He gets all the way to the 10, the 5. End zone touchdown, Titans on the 66-yard touchdown play. The Titans find it on the hitch and go to Hunter Froman, the sophomore, leading the team in reception yards. They get on the board first and quick with their second drive, 6-0. Great play.
Yeah, I like it. Tall receiver over there with only one corner on him, so no safety help. Why not just give it to him and let him make a play? Great throw by the quarterback as well.
Great throw. Had one of those earlier in the game as well. Overthrew Froman that time. He puts it right where he needs to. They get to the end zone, and here's the 2-point conversion. Titans, again, trying to play spoiler here against the Chargers, who are trying to make the playoffs with a win here, potentially getting them in, or a win next week as well. 2:07 on the clock, and the Titans score. Makes it 6-0. We'll see what they can do here on their 2-point conversion. Shotgun here. Motion over Coltonburg. They give it to Daydant. Tries to get up the middle, and this one's going to get stopped short. No good. But they get 6 on the board, and hits those hitch routes. The cornerback just bit a little bit too much on the hitch.
Yep.
Has him open over top, lays it in. I thought, like me, maybe the Chargers defense was thinking the same thing. You show the fancy play over on the trips right. You're looking at all that mass, all those players, all those potential playmakers, and you forget about the one guy sitting on the near side of the field. Sometimes that's what happens.
Yeah, great job by the Titans to score. Defense got you a stop. Now you come out and score a touchdown, a quick touchdown at that. So,
and like we've been talking about, they're big on the run game so far, and something that you got to love is the run game opens up the pass so well. We see it there on that one. Ran the ball a couple of times with a couple passes here and there, but they have the open one over top. Find the end zone, 6-0, and the Titans are going to be booting this one away. Reminder, Titans got the ball to start the game, so they'll get it to start the third quarter as well, or they'll kick it away to start the third quarter. Correction on that one. Unsure what I was thinking there. 2:07 on the clock, 6-0 our score. Looks like Coltonburg or Froman are going to be the kick man. Like to change out who the kickoff man is pretty often. Looks like it's going to be Froman here. They love to put Coltonburg out there for the onside kicks. Froman's more of their deep boot man. Also their primary punter as well this season. Niederman and Nick Johnson are back there for the Chargers. Froman set to kick this one away. 2:07 on the clock. Kick is up, and it's a line drive. Johnson's got it around the 10. He's got a lot of blockers in the middle of the field. Tries to cut it back and tackled by Chandler Daydant around the 40-yard line. Good return there. A lot of blockers, a lot of mass ahead of him.
Yeah, it was just at least the whole team out there blocking for him, the whole special teams unit out there in front of him. So great return by the Chargers.
Yeah, didn't really see anybody on the outside. It was a lot of force in that middle, trying to get him a gap.
Yep.
Had a couple more defenders to beat after Daydant, so I didn't really expect a house call there from Johnson. We saw one Kickoff return for a touchdown for the Titans last week. I believe their first in at least the past 2 seasons that I've been calling it. And that was from Nolan Gooding. Not sure what the call there was from the official. Didn't see the hand motions. First and 10. They're not going to move him anywhere, so it doesn't seem like any penalty unless it was a sideline warning, but I think we would have noticed that. Carlisle in. Johnson the back behind. 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field. They hand it off to Johnson. He's got a bit of a gap. Cuts it back up the middle. Great cut. Caden Greer misses a tackle. Mixes another one by Varner. Dan Dayton finally comes back and trips him up around the 11-yard line. And a great run there from Nick Johnson, breaking a couple of tackles and finding his way into the red zone.
Yeah, Johnson becoming elusive there. When we talk about a quick start, there goes a quick start for the Chargers offense. So a huge run to start the game now in the red zone for them.
The Chargers here getting ready for 1st and 10, sitting around the 12-yard line. 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field again. That's Coleman Gilpin on the far side, along with Trey Niederman. Max Kinnaman on the near side. Carlisle with it, Johnson the back. 6 linemen, 1 tight end, or 5 linemen, 1 tight end. Carlisle, I think they messed up the handoff, but he gains about 3 on it.
Yeah, great job by Carlisle to make something out of it. Definitely a fumbled handoff there. Maybe try to run a read option there, but great job to make something out of it.
Something out of nothing, that's for sure. Isaiah Knotts in at back now with Johnson. They'd like to run this 2-back option with Isaiah Knotts. They got 5 linemen and tight end again here. Rowan Jackson at that tight end position. Shotgun, 3 yards deep. The snap, they hand it off to Johnson. He's got a blocker on the outside, and Schmidt meets him face to face and drags him down around the 2-yard line, forced out of bounds. 20 seconds left on the clock here. And it will be just short of the first down marker, it seems. I think they're putting him at between the 3 and the 4. 10 seconds on the clock. I think they're willing to let this one just run out and take it to the second quarter here. 3rd and short is going to be the official call. Titans defense going to have to come up big. Clock runs out, and that's it here for the first quarter of action. Titans with the lead 6-0, but the Chargers on the brink of the end zone, getting ready to tie this one up potentially. We're going to head to a quick break here at the end of the first quarter, and we'll be right back for the second quarter of action here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back to Jim Replinger Field. I'm Luke Little, Kobe Blackmond with me here today. Emily Hagee on camera. 12 minutes on the clock here for the second quarter of action. Titans up 6-0 on the Chargers. Sitting at the 3-yard line, 3rd and 1 to go. They hand it off to Knott. I believe they got it, and they did. That's going to be a touchdown for the Chargers. A little bit of a late signal. They tie it up at 6, all square. See if they go for 2 here.
Yeah, great response by the Chargers to come out and score as well.
I haven't seen the Chargers play yet this season, so I don't know if they have a PAT unit. I didn't see them warm up with the PAT unit, but it looks like they are. Tristan's going to be the one to boot this. Never mind. Bringing back on the offense, and they're going to go for 2 here, it seems. A little bit of fake potentially, or unsure. 11:56 on the clock. They score within 4 seconds of the second quarter. See what they go with here. Carlisle in at quarterback, and Johnson in as well. No knots, however. They got Gilpin and Niederman out at back along with Kinnaman, or wide receiver, I should say. Carlisle takes it, fakes the handoff, has a receiver on the deep end zone. They got it. Kinnaman with the reception gets the 2-point conversion and the lead. That makes it 8-6 for the Chargers here in the second quarter. A great play there. Gets them 2 and the lead.
Yeah, I wonder why the Chargers switched formations there from a field goal unit to the 2-point unit. Maybe they saw something they liked there, but great rollout pass, wide open man in the end zone, easy 2 points.
Easy 2 points. Would have thought they were going with the run potentially, as they have been all game, but there they go with the pass into the deep corner. 11:56 on the clock. Titans going to get the ball here. Scored quick on their second drive of the game. We'll see what they go with here. It was a hitch route to Hunter Froman for a 66-yard touchdown that had him the lead at the moment. And then a great response from the Chargers gets them back the lead. Tristan going to be the one to kick it off again here for the Chargers. Both these teams, one thing they both have in common, I should mention, other than obviously being located in Hancock County, is legendary head coach Jim Unruh. Now the Chargers more predominantly had Unruh with some state championships, but also became head coach of the West Hancock Titans after his tenure there. In the Illinois Head Coach Hall of Fame, just a great man and a great coach is Jim Unruh. They get the return. This is to Hunter Froman. Tries to cut it to the far side of the field. He's got a couple guys beat all the way to around the 40, and kind of an awkward return there. It seemed like it was really slow. Nobody was really attacking him. More hesitant, laid back. He gets all the way to around the 41-yard line.
Yeah, another good return. We've seen it on both special teams, so good drive starter. I want to see them continue to attack that defensive backs for the Chargers. And be aggressive. Continue to be aggressive.
At defensive back, we got Trey Niederman, Max Kinnaman. Looks like they're two main backs, along with the number 6, Brady Blanton. I got a couple of safeties over top right here, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like a cover 2 man from the Chargers defense.
They motion over Schmidt. Now you got trips right. They hand it off to Daydant. Cuts it out to the outside. Tries to get around the tackle. That's going to be a gain of 0. Would have liked to see him cut through the gap by the guard. But instead, he tries to bounce it around to the outside. It's going to be a gain of maybe a yard. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 here for the Titans.
2nd and 9 for the Titans. 42.
For a second, thought the 1 or the 3 hole was open there for Daydant, but decides to bounce it out to the outside. 2nd down. Quick pass over to Gooding. Has one to beat. Great spin move, but even a better tackle by Jackson Van Fleet. Just holds on to the jersey, brings him down, makes it 3rd and about 15 to go.
Yeah, great job by Fleet there to get away from those blockers and make a tackle to bring up a stop for the Chargers.
10:50 on the clock. Titans with the long 3rd down. 3rd and 16 is the official call here for the Titans.
Yeah, I like the adjustment by the Chargers defense bringing 2 safeties in now. When Titans scored that touchdown, they believe they had only 1 back there, but now it's 2. So definitely playing that pass now.
Gives them some help over top for sure. Varner, shotgun, drops back to pass. Flags fly. This is going to be a false start on the Titans, and this will not help them anymore. That'll make it a 3rd and 21, even longer for the Titans.
Their offense cannot become stagnant here. You want to keep putting up points against this good team.
Chargers, again, 4 wins in a row. coming against LVC, along with Bureau Valley, Knoxville, and Astoria VIT. Those have been their 4 wins in a row so far. Titans only 1 win on the year, and that came against LVC in a 46-6 win last week. Lost to Knoxville 80-52.
8-6 our score.
Getting ready for 3rd and 21, 3rd and long here for the Titans. Shotgun, 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field. Drops back to pass, looking over the middle. Some pressure here, though, from the Chargers. He gets the outside, going to try to use his leg. Won't get the first down, but get a little bit more for the Titans punt team to come out there. And it looks like it's going to make it a 4th and 10 here for the Titans.
Great job by Varner to bounce to the outside, use his speed. As we call him an athlete, he's not really, I like him more of as an athlete than a quarterback, but great job by him. Try to make some, like you said, get some more yards for the punt team. Hopefully their defense could come up big again.
It looked like the Chargers playing a little bit of prevent there with their safeties. And, again, you allow 11 yards. They still have 10 more to go here on 4th down. They're going to punt this one away. Nick Johnson. It looks like Ethan Carlisle, the return guys for the Chargers. Flags in the air.
Flag on the play.
We'll see what the call is here. This is going to be against the Chargers, I think. Offsides against the Chargers.
It's a huge call.
That's going to make it 4th and 5 for the Titans around the 41. A lot more manageable, or yeah, it is going to be the 46. Correction there. A lot more manageable, but still a dangerous position to go for it on 4th.
Yeah, still on your side of the field. If you don't get this, it's an easy offensive drive for the Chargers. So they are going to bring the offense back out.
Yeah, Varner's coming out here to give the Titans the play. Titans have ran out a pair of times on 3rd down. We'll see what they go with here. 2 receivers each side. You got Gooding and Colzenberg near. Schmidt and Froman far. Jump. If this is offsides, and they might have just been going with the hard count there. It is going to be an offsides, and this should give them the 1st down.
Yeah, look at that. It was 4th and long for the Titans. Now it's a 1st down for them.
And that's exactly where those 11 yards that Froman got, or excuse me, not Froman, Varner got on that run, really come into handy. If as much as you can get, and then you get 2 penalties in a row, both offsides against the Chargers. Killer there. Now the Titans 1st and 10 in Charger territory. Lost Boy Digital first. They hand it off to Dayton. Got a couple of blocks. He's going to gain about 3 yards before he stopped around the 46-yard line. Again, still trying to establish that run game here.
Yeah, continue to maximize these opportunities the Titans have.
It's going to bring up 2nd and about 7 to go here for the Titans. 386 rushing yards on the year for Dayton on 89 carries. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Pass over the middle field to Gooding, and he's got to have that one right in his hands. Would have been an easy 1st down.
Yeah, great route by him. If you catch that, that's an easy 1st down. But if it's in your hands, you got to bring that ball down.
Yeah, got inside his defender, which I believe it was Trey Niederman. It makes it 3rd and 7, but this is 4 down territory for the Titans. And I would like to know what the play call was for the Titans on that 4th and 5, whether it was a hard count or whether it was just they were going to run a play out of it no matter what.
Yeah, Gooding with 46 receptions on the season.
Varner on the quarterback keeper on 3rd down, cuts it back up the middle of the field, going to get back to the line of scrimmage and 2 more. That'll make it 4th and about 4 here. And they'll most likely go for this one. If they went for it on 4th and 5 from their own 46-yard line, I would definitely go for it here on their 43. 4th down, another one here on this drive. This could be killer for the mentality of the Chargers. You got Gooding and Colzenberg. They motion over Schmidt. Froman alone on the far side. Looks like they got 2 safeties over top again. Dropping back to pass. Get it to Froman and right through his hands, and it's the think it before you run. He's thinking about the run before he gets it in his hands. Goes through, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Charger football.
Yeah, he was too quick. He was ready to run, like you said, before he could even catch it. So bringing up a turnover on downs for the Titans.
I'd like to thank Chase Mudd in the comment section, rooting for the Chargers here where we are. We got a big rivalry between both these teams. heavy favorites in both towns. Some Chargers fans in Hamilton, some Titans fans in Carthage, La Harpe, in Dallas City as well. We got Dave Primer rooting for the Titans and Vian Neely shouting out the Titans as well. We got one member watching in from Germany rooting for the Chargers. They snap it, hand it off to Johnson, and Gooding tries to get through. He can't get his legs. Johnson, gets a first down and a few more. It'll bring up 1st and 10 after the 12-yard gain, and it was about an inch away from being dropped in the backfield by Gooding.
Yeah, we see multiple runs by Johnson to the outside, using his speed to get the first downs for the Chargers.
8-6 our score here in the second quarter. 9:01 on the clock. Chargers with it. Shotgun. 2 backs. Knotts and Johnson. They motion over Kinnaman. They give it over to Knotts. Crowley trying to get to him. He can't. He's got the outside. Outside the numbers. 2 to beat, and he just goes out of bounds around, I believe that's going to be the 20-yard line. Not sure where the marking is going to be officially set at. Looks like they're setting it at the 24-yard line.
Yeah. Once again, we see another run to the outside, really working that defense.
8:39, and again, it's been that ground game. Titans so far this year have allowed 2,500 yards total. 500 of those have come from the air. 2,000 have come from the ground. 1st and 10, they hand it off to Johnson. He cuts it back up and tackled by Dadant. He wraps him up, but it's going to be not before getting the gain of about 7 yards. And Johnson just been very elusive there so far today. Johnson trying to fill in that role left behind by Ian Benzinger last season. An absolutely insane season for the Chargers. Let's see what they go with on a 2nd and 3 here. 8:11 on the clock. Carlisle, shotgun, Johnson and Knotts. Kinnaman in the slot. They hand it off to Knotts. He's got a couple of yards, fighting for some more. Doesn't quite get the first, maybe. Might be a half a yard short. Looks like they're going to bring up 3rd and about 1 to go. It might be right on it. They're going to call it 3rd down.
Let's see if the Titans can get a stop here. Another in their own. I know they're against the defense is against the wall right here, but hopefully they can get a stop.
4 down territory for the Chargers. All their runs so far have gotten at least 2 to 3 yards. Wouldn't be surprised if we see here again. Carlisle fakes the handoff, goes to the outside, has an open receiver in the end zone. He throws it touchdown to Kinnaman. Had 3 open receivers on the far side of the field, but he decides to go for the long shot. Carlisle shows off his arms, nails Kinnaman in the end zone. Touchdown, 14-6. Chargers with the lead.
Yeah, great fake by Knotts to really sell that play. Even Carlisle could have ran the ball as well, as you stated, 3 open receivers. So great. I like that play call by the Chargers right there.
Had a plethora of options out there on that far side of the field. Again, could have ran it for the first down, could have had a little pitch for the first down as well, but he decides to go over top into the end zone. A beautiful pass from around the 20-yard line.
Carlisle.
2-point conversion opportunity here for the Chargers. Carlisle
On the 2-point conversion.
with the pitch opportunity. He fakes it, cuts it back up. Does he get in? They're going to say he did. 2-point conversion good for Carlisle. Keeps it on the option, and that'll make it 16-6 here. Chargers extend their lead. We're going to head to a quick break here. Score is 16-6. Chargers on top so far. Titans have a chance to come back here. We'll head to a quick break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and LJ Insurance, bringing you West Hancock Titan Sports.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Welcome back, Jim Replinger Field. Chargers getting ready to kick it off again here. Froman and Coltonburg, the two return men for the Titans. A 16-6 lead here for Illini West. 7:09 on the clock in the second quarter. The boot to Froman. It's going to bounce around the 20. He picks it up at the 15. They fake the handoff to Coltonburg. He tries to get around to the outside again. Has to juke one more, but tackled. A great tackle made by number 48, Kyle Stonger. Gets him to around the 29-yard line. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Titans. 6:59 on the clock.
Yeah, it is important for the Titans to get some type of points here. You scored first and haven't scored again. Now you're down by 10 points. So pivotal drive for them.
Pivotal drive indeed for the Titans. I'd like to see a little bit more of the option opportunities here from the Titans between Varner and Dadant, but we'll see if they try to go through the air as well. Running out of shotgun, trips left.
Trips to the left side. One receiver.
Quick pass over to Gooding. He's got the one-on-one. He beats his defender, gets out of bounds around the 45 and pushed. And Coach Dorothy wants a late hit flag. He's not going to get one. Knocked over the whiteboard. Gooding got around Trey Niederman. I believe he was pushed out of bounds by Van Fleet.
Yeah, great start by the Titans.
The quick pass over. And again, it's those one-on-one plays they love to give their receivers. Trust in their athleticism, and it pays out there. Same package look here for the Titans. Running trips left. Gooding, the lone receiver. They hand this off to Dadant. He's got a block. Great block by Gooding. Flags fly. Got all the way to the 40.
Yeah, usually
they're going to call a holding here, I believe, against Nolan Gooding.
Yep, I was just going to say, usually when they call that flag after the run like that, it's usually a hold call by the lineman.
They're going to say he yanked on the jersey of it and pulled him down a little bit. But, again, two different views, and you got to give the refs the credit because they're so much closer than we are. Of course, they've studied and tested for this as well, but they do have the better looks. A quick shout-out to one of our officials down on the field, Levi Meyerhofer, sitting around the 38-yard line, a fellow broadcasting member up at Western Illinois University, also former FFA president in the state of Illinois, or FFA officer in the state of Illinois. 1st and 20 for the Titans, sitting around the 35-yard line. Drop back to pass over the middle of the field. Gooding, he grabs that one around the 50. Flags fly, and this is going to be a face mask, I believe, and this could give the Titans the first down. And the slant route, he catches it that time, makes up for his mistake earlier.
Yeah, I was going to say that it looked like he caught the harder ball right there. So
yeah, definitely a harder catch on that one. Face mask, this is going to move the Titans up 15 yards from the spot of the foul. It's going to be at the 51, so this is going to move them all the way up to around the 46-yard line, or 34-yard line. Correction there.
Yeah, the one thing about the Chargers defense, they've had a lot of flags today. You had a couple false starts on that 4th down. Now you got a face mask. It seemed like ever since the Titans as soon as they're looking to fall back,
they give them something out of it. Give them a way out. You got to cut that off if you're the Chargers here. Can't beat yourself. Hand it off to Dadant up the middle. Couple of blocks. Fighting for more. Oh, my. All the way to the 30 And to the 29 is going to be the official call. Gain of 5 yards. And Daydant all season long, I can't say it enough, Daydant fights and fights for more yards every single carry, and we see it there with the help of his O-line.
Yeah, great lower power by Daydant right there. And like you said, the help of the O-lineman.
The saying holds true. Games are won and wars are won in the trenches, and there we see the battle between the O-line and D-line. Titans get 5 yards there, brings up 2nd and 5 on the 29. Shotgun trips left, looking over on the slant, gets it. That's going to be a fumble, and the Titans fall on it. Varner loses control and a big killer there. That's going to be a loss of about 14 yards, 15 yards for the Titans.
Varner was just not ready to throw that ball, but like we see in the NFL, you got to get that ball out quickly. You don't have all day, but great play by the defense for the Chargers.
Yeah, busted through that 9 initially. Hardly any time for Varner to react. He wanted to get it to Gooding on the slant route, just didn't feel confident releasing it. Might have saw a defender there that he didn't like getting too close. Instead, bites the bullet, and it's a loss of nearly 13 yards. Taps back to pass, 3rd down. The rushing 3, and there's the linebacker. He jukes him out. He gets hit from behind on all the way to around the 37-yard line. Varner gains about 7. Niederman getting up gingerly here, or Kinnaman, excuse me, getting up gingerly, gets over to the sideline and hoping everything is okay with Kinnaman. 4th and 13 for the Titans here on the 37. And a timeout going to be taken by the Chargers. Had a couple late substitutions in them going to be called for the 12 men on the field. Instead, they'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Both teams with 2 left. 4:35 on the clock. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. West Hancock Titans Sports presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
4:35 on the clock, 4th and 13 for the Titans here. Sitting around the 37-yard line. Drop back to pass, looking over to Gooding. He throws it over top, tries to get it to Coltenberg. Did he catch that? He might have. They're saying he did at the 10-yard line. They're going to put it at the 12 officially. Don't know how Coltenberg got a hold of that. Number 15, Coleman Gilpin, was right there. Just falls into his arms. They're going to try to get a quick play here. You can't review it anyways. They're going to snap it, hand it off to Daydant. Got a couple of blocks, cuts it back into the inside, and he's going to fall for about 4 yards here. 4:10 on the clock, and they're running quick out of that 13, 15-yard play.
I was not able to see that catch, but I bet it was amazing. But there was 4th and 13 now. You're, second and long. So,
yeah,
again, they found a way to convert.
For the viewers watching, over on the sideline, had to have tiptoed it. Just falls into his pocket, gets it all the way to the 12. Now the ball flags fly. False start on the Titans. This is going to move them back 5. And Coach Dorothy is wanting to know who that's against. Coach Dorothy very, very confused on who that's against. He's wanting some explanations.
It seemed like a common theme for the Titans. Get a couple plays, flag. Get a couple plays, flag. So,
got to clean it up, that's for sure. 3:46 on the clock here. 6-16 is the score. 2nd and 12 is the official ruling. Looking like they're running a trips left out of this. Varner's wanting to play. Can't get a penalty with the clock. They screen pass over to Colzenberg. This is going to be a gain of nothing there. It's going to make it 3rd and 12. A tough play call. Varner wanted it from Coach Dorothy before the clock violation instead, or delay of game, I should say. The clock violation is a basketball call. 3rd and 12. Ball on the 13. 2:50 on the clock. 2 wide receivers each side. It looks like you got Gooding and Coltenberg near. Schmidt and Froman far. Daydant in at back. Need a chunk of yards here to make it a 4th and manageable. Looks like Varner's going to keep it. He throws that one up. And did Schmidt catch it? No call. They're going to say incomplete. Schmidt had it around the 5-yard line but drops it. That makes it 4th and 12, and they're basically shooting for the end zone here with the ball on the 13-yard line.
Yeah, he was dropped by him. If he would have caught it, it would have looked a lot better. 4th and goal and short. But now, like you said, a huge 4th and long for this Titans offense. Let's see what they can do. I want to see them go for Foreman again, but.
Yeah, Froman with the only Cole Morgan hauling touchdown reception here today. Drops back to pass, looking to Froman on that far side. 1-on-1, jumps up, and that's got to be flag, and it is. Flags fly. This will be an automatic first down. It should be, I believe, an automatic first down for the Titans. This will get them half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, like I just stated, go for Froman there. You get a pass interference call. Froman's a big receiver, so why not throw it to him, especially in the red zone.
This should get them to the 7.5-yard line, half the distance to the goal. It's 2:28 on the clock. Getting some official word here. They're still talking to the white hat about the call.
Luke, do you think you could be a ref?
I think it would be fun. I definitely have to go through all the training, but I mean, I think I could. I would definitely, as reffing has definitely become, I have reffed before, I should say, but it's definitely becoming an unfavorable position. That's going to be a jump. That's going to be an offsides on the Chargers. That'll move them 5 yards and make it 4th and 1 here. It wasn't an automatic first down. It was only a half the distance to the goal.
Once again, pivotal.
Or they're going to call encroachment. Correction on that.
Yeah, once again, pivotal moments for that Chargers defense, and they undisciplined once again, especially on that D-line.
And Chargers coaches yelling out, watch the ball. Another penalty. Officials coming together here. Not sure what they're talking about. It looks like they're pointing over at the down marker, and they're going to give them the first down for the Titans. That's what they were looking at the whole time. First down for the Titans on the 3-yard line. A great opportunity here for West Hancock to find the end zone with 2:28 remaining in the second quarter. Wouldn't be surprised if they ran it a couple of times here. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw an option either. Yeah. Very few times have we seen the Titans within the 3-yard line here this season.
Or like a goal line fade to Froman right here once again.
Going under center, 3 backs. They give it to the fullback, and Daydant, he finds the end zone easy. Nobody touches him, and the Titans score 6. 12-16 the score, and they're going to try to go for 2. 2:23 on the clock. Daydant finds the end zone for the 3rd time this year on the run. They load up the backfield with 3 backs and a little bit of misdirection, and they find the end zone. 12-16, 2-point conversion coming here.
Yep, great response by the Titans. A lot of flags thrown, given their weight, but they found the way to score the ball.
Again, a lot of penalties against the Chargers, too, on that one. Got them all the way down the field. A couple of 4th downs helps them find the end zone. Penalties have been killer against Illini West. Same exact formation here. They fake it. Quarterback keeper tries to get it into the end zone. He's going to be tripped up short, I believe. They're going to call him down at the 1-yard line. Down by 4, 2:23 on the clock. Titans with a great response there. Drive the whole field in a draining drive nonetheless. And again, it's that idea that we talked about earlier in the game. a lot of players play both sides of the ball. So no matter what, normally the idea in college and higher level high school and especially in the NFL is when the offense has a very long drive, it gives the defense a really long break, right? They can recuperate themselves, get a little bit of breath. In this scenario, it drains out the Illini West defense, but then it also drains out their offense at the same time because they play both sides of the ball. Yeah. You got Niederman, Carlisle, Gilpin, all these guys that are playing both sides that's just draining out there. But the same can be said for the Titans squad.
Yeah, as you talk about, like, me from Chicago, a lot of Chicago teams have depth. I see a lot of smaller teams here does not have a lot of depth, so now they're all tired before halftime. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a 4-quarter fight here. Everybody's wearing out as they go through. 2:23 on the clock, still plenty of time for the Chargers, and still with the lead as well, we should mention. It's still 16-12 in the second. Titans defense going to have to come up strong. Have one stop here today. Forced the Chargers to punt it away.
Yeah, if the Titans could get a stop here, may some way, somehow find a way to score, could double up on points, get the ball in the second half, or kicks off in the second half. But it'll be huge if they can score some more points before this half is over.
Yeah, but speaking about doubling up, the Chargers have a huge opportunity here to double up. They score here, get it in the second half to start. Titans kick it away. This is going to be returned by number, they got a little bit of a gap here. Number 12, Trey Niederman, all the way to around the 41. Saw a little bit of a gap, but it closed up quickly. Still great field position for the Chargers to start off with here. We see Kinnaman back out on the field, so hopefully he's all right and moving well. On defense, got off the field. It seemed like a twisted ankle or something, was hopping over to the sideline, but he's back walking all fine and dandy now. They got Johnson and Knotts out there in the backfield. Niederman and Kinnaman in at wide receiver. Titans showing blitz. They hand it off to Johnson on the far side of the field. He cuts it back up, and he's tackled, but not before getting the first down. Gain of 11 yards. That's going to move them into Titan territory. Put them at 1st and 10 at around the 48, 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, we see that blitz coming up. Honestly, I don't like it because if it keeps it, yeah, it's a good play. I guess you run that risk, hit or miss with that one. So, but there's a lot of space for the outside for the Chargers.
Again, it's the blitz up the middle, and the Chargers have not loved to run it up the middle. Here we see them bounce it to the outside after the start up the middle, but another gain of about 13 yards. I would like to say Titans, Cole Morgan hauling touchdown there to make it 12-16. Cole Morgan hauling our touchdown sponsor for the season for the West Hancock Titans. Lost Boy Digital, our first down sponsor for the West Hancock Titans as well, and your overall game title sponsor, LJ Insurance. 1:25 on the clock here, Carlisle, and in shotgun. Two backs. They hand it off to Knotts up the middle of the field. He gets through. Flags fly, and I think this is going to be holding because it occurred before the tackle was made. So I believe we're going to get holding here. And this could be against number 57. Holding on the Chargers is going to be the call. And I believe this is either against 72, Chase Yelton, or number 77, Johnny Ravenscraft. Makes it a 1st and 10 here for the Chargers, or 1st and 15, excuse me. It was a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1:17 on the clock. Chargers still with 2 timeouts.
Yeah. I'm assuming the Chargers are going to run it again to that outside. Keep working that defense for the Titans.
Hand it off to Johnson again, and just as he called it, going to the outside. He has a good big hole all the way to the first down marker. That's going to be a gain of 15 yards and a first down for the Chargers. A great run by Johnson. He's had some great blocking as well.
Yeah, all runs on this drive for the Chargers.
Getting the play, taking their time. A minute on the clock. Not in too big of a hurry just yet. Niederman alone on the far side of the field. They hand this off up the middle again to Johnson. Dodges a few, but tackled. Gains about 5 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 5. They're going to run quick out of this one. Looking over to Jacob Calvin for the play here. Shotgun. Handed off to Johnson. Flags fly. False start going to be called against the Chargers, and the penalties have been killer, moving them back 5 yards here.
A lot of penalties for the Chargers on both sides of the ball, so hopefully they could clear this up in the second half.
It's going to make it a 2nd and 10 here for the Chargers. Still 2 timeouts remaining with 33 seconds on the clock, and they're going to use one of them there. 33 seconds remaining. We're going to take a timeout as well here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back.
Let's go. Got a lot of acres to take 4 tires, 4 tires of fuel, 4 tires of fuel. Come on, we got to get him back out there. He's a busy man.
I'm just here for seed.
It's all part of it. Suit up.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has everything you need to win the season and go full speed ahead.
We're for agriculture, for growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture.
Chargers with the ball here. They hand it off to Johnson. They fake it, actually have an open receiver over the middle of the field, just a little long out of the outstretched arms of Kinnaman, I believe, there on that one. But a good play there, stops the clock with 28 seconds remaining, but brings up 3rd down. Only have 2 downs left here, 1 timeout.
Yeah, I like that play call by the Chargers. Their first pass of this drive, when we saw a couple passes, it was 4 touchdowns, but I see they like to roll out a lot and a lot of play action. But great job, great pass by them.
28 seconds remaining. You got to give something, if you're passing it, you got to give it to something outside. You still have 1 timeout left, but don't want to waste it here on the 25-yard line. 3rd down, and a timeout going to be taken by the Titans. We'll stay with you here on this one. With 28 seconds remaining, you got to be expecting the pass here. Again, now you do have 1 timeout remaining. So in the way Johnson has been running the ball so far, you wouldn't be surprised to see them go with him.
I like to run to the outside again. Just keep running it. They've shown they cannot stop it. But if you do run, he could get out of bounds, especially if he's on the outside, to stop the clock. So.
And not only that, they love to run the ball to the right side of the field, and really they're in great positioning here with that being the short side of the field. They can get it out there, get a couple of yards, and get out of bounds quick if they do run the ball. And the right side has been their dominant side so far, so wouldn't be surprised if they get 5 or 6 to 10 yards here on this one, get out of bounds, and set up a passing play, 1st down around the 10. But I don't, as you mentioned, I don't hate the run play here, but we'll see what they go with. Needs something.
And be disciplined. Too many penalties on this drive, really the whole game as well.
Both teams need to be disciplined here on that note as well.
At the half, we have all kinds of information for you.
3rd and 10. You'd hate to pass it here and get nothing to make it a 4th and long, but again, only 28 seconds remaining. Shotgun in the backfield. They hand it off. They fake it, actually. They roll out as an open receiver. Niederman catches it. Did he grab it? They're going to say he did. Touchdown for the Chargers. What a play. Niederman snags it in the end zone. A 30-yard or 25-yard touchdown reception for the Chargers. Only 20 seconds remaining. A great way to cap off the half.
Yeah, we talk about that pass right there. Great catch by him with Gooding all over him. So good score. Now we talk about doubling those points up. So if they can come out in the second half and score, I think they look pretty good for the end of this game.
They're going to go for 2 here, try to extend their lead to 24, up by 10 right now. Nonetheless, it's still a 2-touchdown game here. They snap it, hand it off to Knotts. He's got an easy run to the end zone, and that gives them a 24-12 lead. Chargers showing some dominance in the pass game here recently. Titans with only 20 seconds to respond to see if they just kneel this out, if they get it back, or try to find the end zone. Still 2 timeouts. Let's see how good the return is. That's really going to be the choice, the play call choices that they'll get. Great pass to Niederman, finds the end zone, and Carlisle been showing off that arm here today. 24-12. Only 2 Cole Morgan hauling touchdowns for the Titans so far. 1 on the ground and 1 a 66-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Froman. And again, we'll see how good the return is here, and that may be what Coach Dorothy is thinking about as well. Depending on the return, they could try to go for this if they're stuck. I think if they're stuck around the 30, they'll be content with kneeling this one away. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a squib kick from the Chargers.
Yeah, try to run that clock.
Try to run it out as much as they can. Only one time, a correction actually, only 1 timeout remaining for the Titans here. They called one defensively there on the Chargers drive. Tristan going to be set to kick this one away for Illini West. Froman and Coltenberg, the return guys for the Titans. The boot is short to Gooding. Gooding has 1 return touchdown so far this year. Has it cut up the middle, tries to cut it back. Flags fly, tackled around the 37. See what this flag is. Could be an illegal block in the back. You get those pretty often on kick returns. We'll see what it is. It looks like it's going to be against the Titans. Not sure what the official call is just yet. We'll get it right here. Illegal block, I believe, is going to be the call against the Titans. That's going to move them back 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
We may just see a knee here, or maybe take a shot to Froman.
Yeah,
I like that as well.
Knowing how aggressive Coach Dorothy is, I would not be surprised if he tries to find the end zone. But see if they take it to the half. 12 seconds remaining after that kickoff. Took 8 seconds off, so we'll see what they do here. I would be surprised if the Chargers didn't run 2 safeties over top on this either. If prevent defense is going to be their main thing. They're going to kneel this one away, take it to a halftime, and the Chargers with the lead after the big pass over to Niederman, a 25-yard pass, 24-12, the lead for the Chargers so far. We're going to head to a quick break. We'll be right back with some players to watch out for in the second half, along with really what both teams have been doing well, what they need to improve on going into this second half. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH with Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. Dance team currently going on for the Titans. They have 3 seniors. The dance routine was choreographed by those 3 seniors. Skylar Altide, Riley Miller, along with Lola Humphrey as well. Titans also have some senior cheerleaders here. McKenna Bradley, Abby Finch, Skyly Keefe, and Olivia Rose. That's your dance team, and when the band's out performing, we'll give their senior members as well. But coming back to the football game here real quick, 17:50 until, or 20 minutes I should say, until we're back for the second half. Who have really been some of the players that you've liked so far and really we should key in on watching out for into the third quarter?
Yeah, I like Hunter Froman, and I like the way Dayton is running the ball. You know, Froman, the bigger receiver, tall receiver, great size. Just throw it up to him and he'll catch it.
I do like Froman out there as a receiver for the Titans. For the Illini West Chargers, I myself, Nick Johnson has been playing a great game so far on the ground, but I mean, you look at Niederman and you look at Ethan Carlisle, well, their quarterback, they're all having great games. Out of those 3, who would you really like to key in on for the Chargers?
Nick Johnson for sure. The way he's running the ball, especially to the outside, I think they keep running, keep giving him the ball, keep wearing that Titans defense down, and I think.
Yeah, bouncing it to the outside, got that speed, and we talked about earlier the speed, not something the Titans necessarily have at back.
Yeah, so Dayton is more of a power back. I like the way he's running, but I think if you can give him a break and give him more of a speedy back, or even some jet sweeps, or even some, speed options or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, maybe some more quarterback options, because Varner does have that type of speed that we're looking for, but Dayton, again, a very good power back for the Titans, but also he's out on the field constantly as their primary linebacker, so out there getting drained the whole entire game. We got our senior members of the band here for you for both Warsaw and Hamilton. We have Kaylee Blunier, Renee Blunier, who's been in band all 4 years as well. Landon Gallagher, who has 4 years of band. Noah Hudson, 4 years. Lydia Kyle, who's been in the marching band for 3 years. Brianna Layton, who's been in the band for 4. Alton Lohman, who's been in the band for 4 as well. Kendra Nolder, who's been in a part of the marching band for 1 year. And Michael Shirtliff, who's been in the marching band for all 4 of his high school years. 15:40 on the clock here. And what so far would you say that the Titans, we'll start with the Titans, what would you say so far defensively they really need to key in on?
I would say stopping the run. Obviously, that's the big thing. But like you said, I think the bodies are just so worn down for playing both sides. I think if they try to bring in more subs, I think that could help them out a lot. But I understand if you don't have your depth, it's understandable. But yeah, so definitely trying to stop the run.
And looking on the offensive side of things, 12 points, 2 touchdowns, 1 in each quarter so far, and really been helped out by the penalties from Illini West. What would you say for the Titan offense you would like to see out of them?
Continue to be more aggressive, and I say it again, get the ball to Froman. He's really the game changer for them.
Yards and 8 touchdowns on the year. Impressive stats there from Hunter Froman. Well, moving over to the Illini West Chargers, what would you say defensively? They've done a good job really stopping everything that the Titans have thrown at them, but still 2 touchdowns allowed so far in this game. What would you say so far for the Chargers defense you'd love to see out of them?
Yeah, penalties. I know they had that big sack. You know, the quarterback was able to recover the ball, but penalties is the biggest thing. It's too many, especially on 3rd and 4th down. But other than that, I think they've been playing a pretty good game. Just got to shore up the penalties.
Yeah, the really main thing that they've had was the deep pass to Hunter Froman on the hitch route that they allowed a 66-yard touchdown. But other than that, they've done a really good job at slowing the Titans down. But as you mentioned, the penalties have been killer. We saw it was 3rd and 21, and Varner ran for 11 yards, and then it was 2 offside calls in a row that got the Titans the first down. Yep. And then they drove down the field, and it was another 4th down, and we saw a pass interference in the end zone. And then after that, we saw another encroachment penalty against the Chargers. So I would have to agree that the penalties have just been absolutely killer for the Chargers so far, but you still have the lead by 12 against the Titans. And moving over, lastly, to the Chargers offense, what would you like to see out of that?
I want to see more pass. I know they're doing good on the run, but I do want to see more pass. You know, spread the ball out a little bit more and try to keep that offense short. Have a better identity besides the run. I know they've established the run, but, you know, just a little bit more passing.
Fan of the pass game. Is that the Chicago coming out and you loving the pro-style offense?
Yeah, I think so, because I've seen runs so long. You know, I like to pass a lot more.
I like the pass game. Yeah. Knoxville against the Titans last week, 701 total offensive yards. 701 rushing yards for 11 touchdowns in the game last week, a total of 80 points on 11 rushing touchdowns. It was a tough night on the ground. Only 1 pass attempt for Knoxville last week against the Titans, and that was a spike coming late in the first half. We'll look at the remaining schedule and the previous schedule so far for the Illini West Chargers here first. They faced off against Farmington week 1 in a 33-0 loss. Then Elmwood Brimfield came week 2 and a 42-12 loss. And then it was Macomb in a 21-6 loss. 2 of those were at home against Elmwood Brimfield, and Macomb away was against Farmington. Then they started their 4-game win streak against Astoria VIT, then LVC, Knoxville, and Bureau Valley, trying to make it 5 in a row here against West Hancock. And next week, they'll face off against Tuscola. That one will be at home in Carthage.
Yeah, one thing I see for the Chargers, they're putting up points. They put up more than 30 points each game they won. So it looks like they're on track to do it here as well. So.
And again, those first 3 teams are very tough opponents. In Macomb, who's ranked top 10 in their division, Elmwood, Brimfield, and Farmington, who's I still believe is currently ranked number 2 in 2A football in the state of Illinois. Very tough Farmington team there. Again, Chargers trying to get into the playoffs. With a win here, they have a chance at making the playoffs. 5 wins gets you the chance. 6 wins gets you pretty much secured into that playoff opportunity. Looking over at the West Hancock Titans' remaining schedule, week 1 they faced off against DMAC. That one was away near Peoria in Mackinac County. Then they faced off against Farming in a 60-28 loss. Then it was Elmwood Brimfield 71-36. Macomb 48-22. Stark County 39-14. All those were losses. Then they got their first win of the year against LVC 46-6. Last week they faced off against Knoxville, as we mentioned prior, in an 80-52 loss. Taking on Illini West here today, and then they have Bureau Valley next week in an away game, which I will mention here. I will not be broadcasting that game here on TSSR Game Time Live. We'll have another member of our TSSR crew out there at Bureau Valley ready to broadcast that game for all the fans here listening in and watching. Again, Titans have 2 wins in the past 2 seasons, both coming against LVC. I believe last season it was a 60-6 win against LVC. That one was away. Titans faced off against the Chargers last year in Carthage. That one was a loss for the Titans. Really a great game there for Ian Bentzinger in that game last season. The final score was 50-20. And a great performance for the Chargers. We're about 12 minutes away from the second half. Been a quick one so far, only an hour 20 in real time. That puts us at 24 minutes game time here so far. Titans again trying to get their second win of the season. The ground game hasn't really been there yet. They need to try to bust something out, but again, the passing game has been there every so often. Just sometimes they need a little bit more time, and sometimes it's hitting your receivers in stride. We've seen a couple of drop passes as well from the Titans. So really it's just coming back stronger here in the second half to get ahead, try to claw your way back. You're not out of it yet, and that's something we noticed all last year and all this year is the tenacity and the will of the Titans not getting put away, trying to fight the whole entire time. We're going to head to a quick break. We'll be right back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
Hey, Frank. Hey, Jeff. How's the farm?
Good, thanks.
Nice choice. Let's get you loaded up.
No matter where you are or what you grow, make sure you start with Dynagrow Seed. For local farm expertise and local seed options, no other seed brand gets you closer to the results you want.
Welcome back here to Jim Replinger Field. We still got about 9 minutes until we're back for the second half. I got some major sports updates and national sports updates. In college football, Florida State is taking on Duke. The 1-5 Seminoles versus the 5-1 Blue Devils. 20-13 is the score currently there. And Oregon facing off against Purdue, 21-0. The spoiler makers, Purdue, not holding up to their namesake. They have the most wins against top 10 teams in NCAA football history when, as they're an unranked team, have 3 since 2018, but down 21-0. Oklahoma State going to be facing off against a BYU, number 13 ranked team. That is going to be later at 9:15 tonight. But in MLB news, the Los Angeles Dodgers lost to the New York Mets in a 12-6 game. We'll be heading to a game 6 there. The Dodgers ended up winning the first one, dropped the second, and then the Dodgers won the next 2. Mets have to win out for a chance to make the World Series. And again, I talked about this in our Knoxville broadcast last week, and I just informed Mr. Kobe Blackmond about it. If you do not know, I know I've already said this a lot, there is a stigma and a theory, I don't really know what to call it, that the Mets have to make the World Series. And here's the fact. They're 2 wins away from making the World Series, but every single team in MLB history, it's happened 11 times, every team that has beaten the Milwaukee Brewers in the playoffs has made or won the World Series. This has happened 11 times, I believe, dating back all the way to 1980 or the 70s, if I am correct. Happened the second time in 1982 against the Cardinals in the World Series, where the Brewers lost to the Cardinals in that World Series matchup. Whitey Herzog was the manager for the Cardinals in that season, a famous general manager for creating the idea of Whitey ball. But 4:13 left till we get back. The Mets 2 wins away from heading to the World Series. The New York Yankees up 3-2 on the Cleveland Guardians. They're 2 wins away from making the World Series as well. That one's in the middle of the 4th.
Yeah, as we see the MLB go into November, October, late November, potentially November with the World Series, do you think the season is too long?
It's 162 games. I like how much baseball there is. I feel like for certain pitchers, they would like it if the season was shorter. Potentially, we wouldn't see as many injuries. I know a lot of people like doubleheaders in the MLB, so as a fan, you would think that they wouldn't. But I hear a lot of players do like the doubleheaders. I don't really know how to feel about it. I wouldn't be against cutting down maybe 10 games to make it 152 instead of 162. But I love baseball. I think it's nice and cheap, especially if you're a Cardinals fan or a White Sox fan right now, because they're both pretty awful.
Tickets got low as $7 for a White Sox game.
Yeah, and we say that as a St. Louis Cardinals fan myself and a White Sox fan and Kobe Blackmon.
Yep.
So, but I mean, I love baseball and I love the length of the season. And I bought tickets for $4 for a Cardinal game this year, and so of course those were high up in the 400 deck. But I like how long the season is so far. We're going to head to a quick break here. 2:30 on the clock. Then they'll have 3 more minutes, so really 5 minutes remaining till we're back. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH with Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be back.
Oh, welcome back. We're here with Adrian McGregor. Adrian, you're a Macomb guy.
Yes.
So you're living in Macomb, working at MDH.
Yes.
What's your position?
So I'm the Vice President of Clinical and Support Services here at the hospital. I have about 120 employees that roll up my direction through the organizational chart. And probably the easiest way to explain is I have a great group of department directors that work for me. So areas like radiology and lab and physical therapy and cardiopulmonary services, those are kind of the main areas that roll my way. And then on the support side, pretty much all things with the plant, the facilities, keeping it clean, construction, all of that rolls up in my direction as well. So I never am bored, and I have plenty to do. It's like I just need more daylight than I need work. But this is a great organization, and I work with some of the best people in this community, and I'm proud of all that they are and all that they do and the employees and what they contribute to the organization. We have a great group here.
Well, 2 things that caught my attention in what you mentioned. There's been a lot of construction going on, so you've had a lot to deal with. Maybe we could hit on that.
Sure.
But I don't know that in any of the times that I've done these interviews that we've talked about keeping the facility clean.
Yes.
I think those are the forgotten heroes of this place, right? Because if any place needs to be clean, it's here.
Yes.
How important and how much effort goes into keeping a hospital clean?
Well, I can tell you a tremendous amount of effort is made at keeping the facility clean. And just to give you an idea of the complexity of that, we have 14,000 visits a year in our emergency department, for instance. Everybody that comes to the emergency department is most likely having a bad moment of their day or could be a game changer for their year or even beyond. And so obviously that high volume, that equates to 40 or 50 patients a day. You got to have a clean place for every patient coming in hour by hour, minute by minute. And so that area just alone has to be kept clean. But then when you expand out to, we have approximately 800,000 square feet that needs to be kept clean throughout the entire hospital.
That's a lot of feet.
We do have a lot of employees engaged in that area. Jimmy Rogers actually oversees that area and then some. And so he has put together a team within our environmental services department to ensure cleanliness within the four walls of the hospital alone, but then also partners with several independent contractors that work on some of our business buildings or our physician buildings and other clinics that we have that aren't even located in Macomb. And so he and I have worked closely together over the past 3 years on this. And it was a struggle during COVID for sure, because you want to ensure that every area is cleaned, not only daily, but at times within every hour, if not more. And so it is a valiant effort. It's so important that Medicare watches for any type of hospital-acquired infection that could be picked up from the hospital. So our job is to stay clean, keep clean, and be even cleaner than mom or grandma would ever want you to have. So
a lot more than washing hands.
It really is, and hand washing is part of that as well. In our infection control department, who would have thought that within healthcare that keeping your hands cleaned every hour, every day, after every and even during patient interactions could be a game changer with preventing further infection. And we watch it very, very closely. And of course, everywhere you go, you see not only sinks and patient care areas, but hand gelling in and throughout that. And so we have to, it's what we do. It's not, oh, wow, that's a lot. It's what you do in healthcare. You have to do it. It takes care of patients. It takes care of practitioners. It is basic and fundamental, but when you do it, the outcomes are pretty clear. You help patient care. You prevent infections from happening that shouldn't have happened, number one. Number two is your staff stay healthier as well.
Which is key in today's world.
Absolutely.
Well, Adrian, I greatly appreciate you coming and talking, and we just touched on some of the stuff that you deal with on a daily basis, so I'm sure we can talk to you again about some other things.
You bet.
But it was fun talking about the things that people kind of, I think, forget about a little bit, to get left behind. We talk about the doctors and the nurses all the time. We don't talk about the people that keep that
you bet
stuff rolling. So I appreciate you being here. And
thank you so much. It was wonderful. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to Jim Replinger Field here in Hamilton, Illinois. We're getting ready for the second half of play. Hunter Froman set to kick it off. Johnson and I believe Carlisle are set to return for the Chargers. 24-12 the score here to start the third. Froman still holding his hand up, ready to kick it away. I believe he's waiting on the officials to give him the signal. Oh, they're going to fix, that's what it is. They're going to have to ask some individuals to turn off their headlights, and they're going to say it's blinding some of the football players. Now we're all set and we're good to go. Here in the third, kickoff is away, and the second half has started. Carlisle going to have the return around the 20. It's going to try to bounce it up the middle and tackled around the 35-yard line, and a flag comes flying in. We'll see what this is going to be. Came flying in. Holding going to be called against the Chargers is going to be the call. Seen some great field position from both teams so far. And that time, it's going to be returned to about the 34, but moved back 10 yards to around the 24, I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Chargers offense is going to want to come out quick, score points, double up, as we talked from that second half. But that's for the Titans defense. Try to get a stop here.
Yeah, a stop would be big for the Titans, currently down by 12, 2 touchdowns. Chargers are with it here. Carlisle, Kinnaman, and Niederman, the backs, or the wide receivers, they give it off to the back. Johnson here, he gets it to the outside again. He's going to be taken down around the 40, and a flag flies. This could be anything from a face mask to a late hit to holding.
The two things we talked about at half is the outside runs by the Chargers and the penalties, and there we go to start it off. Two of the things we talked about.
The penalty is going to be against the Titans, but I'm not sure what the call is. Personal foul against the Titans. This will be a 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the play, and this will get them all the way to around the 45-yard line as they're going to place it at the 47, and just like that, they're in Titan territory 20 seconds into this third quarter.
Not to start the Titans defense want, but can have that bend but don't break mentality going away from them.
1st and 10 for the Chargers here. 2 backs here, Knotts and Johnson. They hand it off to Johnson. Same exact play, gets it outside and tackled after the gain of about 7 yards by, I believe, Caden Greer. And now 11 minutes on the clock, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're just running it to the outside every single time.
Yep. You know, you want to see those defensive ends or those outside linebackers set the edge, but there's no edge being set by any of them. So just easy runs to the outside by the Chargers offense.
Titans struggled last week with the gut wrenchers up the middle by Knoxville, and here it's the complete opposite. It's the outside the number plays. They've pitched this one back around, and Varner was ready for it. Gain of about 2. Varner on the tackle. Kinnaman with the carry. Gain of about 1 to 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 2, 4-down territory.
Yeah, as you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I like another run to the outside there. I get try to create some trickery for the defense, but I like another run to the outside.
That's 2 times that the Chargers have tried to reverse it, and each time it's only been a gain of about 1 or 2 yards. Yep. Titans ready for the reverse, but we'll see what they go with here. Johnson and Knotts again. Kinnaman and Niederman. They give it to Johnson up the middle. Gets tackled by Cole Furtado, but not before gaining 4 yards, and a 1st down here for the Chargers. Makes it a 1st and 10 or at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, we saw another run. All runs for the Chargers on this drive. A run up the middle, surprisingly, and got just enough yards to get the 1st down.
1st and 10. Same exact package look here for the Chargers. Handed off to Johnson again. Cuts it back up the middle. Going to be tackled by number 44, Malachi McCune, with the tackle. Cole Furtado, who made the tackle earlier, has 45 total tackles this season, leading the team. McCune on that one, he's got 15 before this matchup started. 9:15 on the clock here in the third. 2nd and 10. Good stop there from the Titans. Niederman guarded by Froman here on the near side of the field. You got Kinnaman on the far side. 2 backs again, Johnson and Knotts. They hand it off to Johnson, got some blocks there, cuts it back up the middle and hit by Horn, and the tackle comes down around the 29-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6, bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Chargers.
Yeah, that time the Chargers were running a couple pulling guards there to help out with that outside run.
3rd and 4 here for Illini West. 8:30 on the clock. Up by 12 here against the Titans. A slow offense could be beneficial for them here on this drive. Coleman Gilpin, the far or near wide receiver, along with Niederman. Kinnaman on the far side. 1 back, that's Johnson. Got 6 linemen. It's a pitch over to Johnson. He's got the outside edge. Froman makes a tackle. This is going to be a holding call against Illini West. I believe holding is going to be called against number 12, Trey Niederman. This will move him back 10 yards and make it a much tougher 3rd down. Froman was the one being held by Niederman. Just had a little bit too much grip on his arm. Niederman looking around confused here, asking the ref for some explanation. And the official just points at him, which is a funny way to explain it.
Yeah.
This is going to move him 10 yards back from the spot of the foul. It's still going to be 3rd down, however, for the Chargers. We are having some connection issues right now. We'll try to get those fixed for you and everything. A little bit of lag coming your guys' way.
Yeah, once again, we haven't Chargers committed a major penalty during a major spot. Now breaking it a third down for them.
Third down here. Ball at the 33-yard line. 32. Two wide receivers far side of the field. One back is Johnson again. They're biting on the run. They fake it. Daydant gets his arm on him. That's going to be an incomplete pass. A great play by Daydant.
Great pursuit by Daydant right there to create pressure on the quarterback. We talk about that motor he has on the offensive side, showing it on the defensive side as well.
It's going to bring up 4th and 8 here for the Chargers. Could be a huge stop for the Titans.
4th and 7 for the Chargers.
See what they go with here. Decided to move away from the run. They got trips left here. It might be the first time we've seen a trips left or trips at all from the Chargers here today. Johnson, Niederman, and Gilpin over on the far side of the field. No running back. Got Kinnaman in the slot. Drop back to pass. Couple linemen get through. They got it over deep. Varner, he catches it with the interception. Flags fly. This could be anything, though. Interception for the Titans.
Yeah, maybe PI by Vernon here, but I think it was a good play by Vernon.
It's going to be against the Chargers, and Coach Dorothy and Hartwig are going to decline that. It'll be Titan ball at the 9-yard line, which almost in that scenario, Varner would have been better off just swatting that one down, getting it around the 30. But, you know, the stats feel nice there, and nonetheless, the Titans secure the ball.
Yeah.
As a senior, that does on senior night as well. Titans see if they can change some momentum here and drive down the field and score a touchdown. 7:20 on the clock here in the third. 12-24 the score. A quick score here would be absolutely gut-wrenching for the Chargers. Can't capitalize after getting the ball back to start the third. Varner in at shotgun. 3 wide receivers, trips left. They hand it off to Data. He's got a couple blocks, only a couple yards on that one, but fights for a few more. They're going to give him all the way to the 17-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 here.
So we talked about that stop, and the Titans got that stop to come out for the half. Now it's about capitalizing on those turnovers.
Capitalizing indeed here. 2 wide receivers, or trips left here. 1 wide receiver on far side. They go over to Gooding. He spins out of Niederman. He breaks through a couple more balls on the ground. Illini West jumps on it, and this is huge. Another fumble for the Titans, and they would have had it all the way to the 35. Instead, it's a turnover, and the Chargers will get the ball yet again. We'll have an official timeout here for a downed player for the Chargers. I believe it is Knotts on the field. He seems to be holding his ankle. Nothing too serious. He's getting up under his own power and walking off the field. So happy to see him up and all right.
Yeah, you just can't fumble there. You know, second fumble of the game. You have momentum going for you. Now you fumble again in a pivotal spot.
Tough situation for the Titans there indeed. All the way to the 35. And it's just a routine play for the Titans. The one-on-one, give it to Gooding, let him beat around his defender. He does get around Trey Niederman. And then finally falls around the 35, but not before the ball gets punched out. Now the Chargers with a second opportunity here to find the end zone. 6:45 on the clock. See what Carlisle goes with here. 3 wide receivers, say motion over Johnson. Lone in the back. Fake the screen pass, runs it up the middle. Slips through a couple, jumps over a Titan defender and falls all the way for the first down. I believe it was Caden Greer who came in from the back trying to make the tackle, and a great athleticism from Carlisle gets the first down.
Tough round by Carlisle right there. You thought he was going down multiple times, but kept the feet going and got a first down for the Chargers.
6:30 on the clock here. First down for Illini West. Quarterback keeper there. They fake the screen pass over to motioning Nick Johnson. 1st and 10 here. Two backs, Johnson and Knotts. They hand it off to Johnson. Around the outside again. Tackled by Daydant. If he can go down, going to get pushed a few more, and whistles blow. Forward momentum. Going to get him all the way to the 19-yard line. It'll bring up second and about 4 to go.
Yeah, go back to that fumble. It's going to be so hard for the Titans to get 2 stops in a row as the Charger offense is now moving, going back to that run game.
In the red zone again here are the Chargers. As you said, that was really a huge moment. Still a lot of time left in this game, but a huge moment for the Titans there to go down the field and score, make it a 1-possession game. Now it's still 2, and the Chargers are in the red zone. 2 backs, Knotts and Johnson. Hand it off to Knotts this time. Scott gets into the backfield but can't make the tackle. He gets the first down and a few more all the way to around the 8-yard line before he is taken down by Tucker Kolzenberg.
Yeah.
5:14 on the clock and a great run by Knotts.
Yeah, the Titans defense had him in the backfield. Just got to make sure you wrap up. But great job by that running back to get that first down.
All the way to the 8-yard line here. 1st and 10, 1st and goal, ball at the 8, I should say. 5 minutes on the clock. Titans got to get a stop here. Two wide receivers on the near side of the field. That's going to be Gilpin and Niederman. Kinnaman alone again running out of that slot on the far side of the field. Almost in an offset tight end position. Hand it off to Johnson. That's actually quarterback keeper up the middle of the field. Touchdown, Illini West. They find the end zone on the quarterback keeper for Carlisle. And another touchdown makes it a 30-12 game, 4:37 on the clock, and the Chargers make good off of the fumble recovery by Gooding.
Yeah, nice play there. You know, they fake to that outside, but the quarterback keeps it. So really a nice play to get the defense where you want them in an easy touchdown right up the middle.
And again, it's been that outside run all day long to Johnson or Knotts, and then you finally change up the look there with the quarterback keeper up the middle. Great play call there from Jacob Calvin. 2-point conversion here for the Chargers. Handed it off. They fake it. Bring it back outside. Open is Niederman. Catches it. Good. 2-point conversion. Makes it a 32-12 game here. Touchdown and 2-point conversion are good, and the Chargers extend their lead up to 20. And the Titans got to have an answer.
Yeah, usually really on all their 2-point plays, it's been a roll-up pass every single time, and it has worked. But if you are the Titans, you got to keep – the game's not over. You got to keep putting up points, keep pushing your offense. You see what happens once you get the ball to your playmakers. They just got to capitalize.
Still 16 minutes of game time left in this one. And as you said, the rollout has really been there so far for the Chargers. A couple of them have resulted in some pressure and a sack from the Titans. But we had a touchdown earlier on the opposite side of the field all the way to Niederman. And on that one, they have the 2-point conversion good to Niederman. A lot of rollouts there for the Chargers. And they're going to say that was no good. Actually, correction there. I thought we're getting told by some Illini West coaches up here that the 2-point conversion was no good.
I thought he caught it.
I thought Niederman, I thought as well. I thought Niederman came down with it, but they're going to say no. He did not have possession of it as he was coming down. And I would like to apologize for that. A slip up from us here. Thought it was good. I thought I saw a signal from the officials that it was good, but they're going to say Niederman did not retain possession of it, and it makes it a 30-12 game. 4:37 on the clock here. Tristan going to be kicking it off for the Chargers. Still a 30-12 lead, up by 18. Froman and Kolzenberg set to return here for the Titans. A little bit of confusion on the 2-point conversion. Thought it was good. Everybody up here thought it was good for a while, and they're going to say it was no good. That boot going to get around the 25, might roll out of bounds. It does. It's going to be an illegal kickoff. The Titans should get it at the 35, I believe. We'll see where they place the Titans officially.
So now they're going to give.
They are going to.
Yeah.
Okay, there was a. There was some confusion from the signals from the officials, but we got it all cleared up now. It was a 2-point conversion that was called good. The officials came over and gave us the word. So it is 32-12. For a second, I was very confused. I thought he survived because you don't really have to survive the ground on that play. Nice run here from Dayton. He's got 10 yards and a couple more. Going to be dragged down after the 14-yard gain. The Lost Boy Digital first down for the Titans. Going to get them all the way to around the 47-yard line.
Yeah, we talk about that power back from Dayton. See, this is where I like here. You have a more of a speedy back to come in and run a jet sweep or something like that to help this offense.
Trips left here for the Titans. They're running Froman on the inside. Don't see that too often. They give it over to Gooding. Fumbled on this play earlier. That time stiff arms the defender and steps out of bounds around the 45. That's going to be a gain of about 6 yards into Charger territory.
There you go. See a quick pass. Let his playmakers do their job and get a 6-yard gain.
And there we saw, I can't tell if you saw it on the camera as well, but Gooding loves to hold it, almost palm it like a basketball when he's making his stiff arms or his spin moves. And there we see it pay off, but I've seen otherwise earlier. Nice tackle there in the backfield by number 5, Rowan Jackson. Gets Dayton down, a loss of about 2 or 1 officially, going to make it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Jackson in that defense is ready for that inside run by the Titans.
Yeah, comes around the outside of the edge over by number 75. That's Corey Skinner. Looking over to Coach Dorothy for the play here. Trips left is going to be the call. Froman, Schmidt, and Coltenberg. Gooding alone on the far side. Would not be surprised if they give it to Gooding, but you also have a safety up top creeping over at Gooding. It's going to be a quarterback keeper and a great tackle again by Rowan Jackson, finding the backfield and getting the quarterback down. A loss of 3 on that play, and this seems like 4 down territory for the Titans.
Yeah, great job by Jackson not to over pursue, wait on his teammates to gain tackle, and a huge 3rd down stop for the Chargers.
4th and 7 here. 3 minutes on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Trips left is the call. Shotgun, drop back to pass. Some pressure here. They're going to go up top to Coltenberg, who's not even watching. Almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by number 8, Nick Johnson.
Yeah, it's almost better that he dropped the ball. Not in a better field position to start their drive.
Coach Dorothy was talking to Varner, saying he had Froman open over the seams. Wasn't looking at him, instead trying to make a play, something out of nothing there. 4th and 7, you got to launch it up. It's better to do that than nothing at all in that situation, but doesn't have a Titan defender there who can come down, or a Titan receiver who's there that can come down with it. Instead, it results in another turnover on downs for the Titans. I'll make it a 1st and 10 for the Chargers, sitting around the 49-yard line. 2:48 on the clock here. Would not be surprised if we saw a large run game from the Chargers on this drive. But, at the same exact time, the mix-up with the pass could be something they look for as well. It's going to be a handoff over to Johnson on the outside, tackled by Greer and McCune. They're going to say he was down. I think he lost control of the ball, but they're going to say he was down before he relinquished it. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 3 to go here.
Yeah, like you stated, heavy run, probably coming from the Chargers, trying to run this clock, get out of here with a win.
Still 14 minutes of game time left, 2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. A big thank you again to everybody joining in and watching us here in Jim Replinger Field. It's been an absolute pleasure to broadcast this season for y'all. Still got a lot of game left here in this rivalry matchup between the Chargers and the Titans. Get into the backfield, but Knotts gets the first down and a lot more fighting for it all the way to the 34-yard line. And a great run gets him the first and a little bit more. They're going to say he's on the 36 officially. 150 remaining in the 3rd here. And again, in that ground game, just been dominant so far on this drive.
It's been dominant the whole game. It looks like the Titans are in a run-heavy defense. You know, you got a lot of guys in the box, no safeties back there, but still not able to stop the run.
1st and 10 here. Got 2 backs, modified I formation here. They get into the backfield on this one. Horn makes the initial hit, and that's what you're looking for out of the Titans finally getting to the backfield.
Yeah, I like the Titans front, but nobody can set the edge for them, which is causing a lot of those outside runs to hit for the Chargers.
That'll make it 2nd and 13 here for the Chargers. Ball's going to be placed around the 37, 38-yard line. 1 minute on the clock. Depending how long they take, they could snap it one more time and head to the 4th. 50 seconds now on the clock. 2 backs here. They motion over Kinnaman. Hand it off to Johnson. He's got a couple of yards. Tackled, not tackled yet. Greer had him. He's going to be stopped around the 14-yard line. Titans come up with the ball, but they're going to say he was down again. And a 1st down for the Chargers here with 38 seconds remaining on the clock. And there, I love that play with motioning over Kinnaman, which makes you assume they're going to run it to the side he's motioning to. Instead, they just go right back.
Yeah, and Johnson is still running hard, even late, coming in late into this game, still breaking tackles and still running hard.
And Johnson, leading rusher for the Chargers so far this season. A lot of touches here today. Just proves the fact. Motion over Kinnaman again. Now they run it to the same side that Kinnaman motions over to with Knotts. It's going to be a gain of about 4, 10 seconds on the clock. And this will send us into the 4th quarter. Chargers up 32-12. There's going to be 12 minutes left to play here when we come back from this break. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH, West Hancock Titan Sports presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Let's go! Got my anchors to take 4 tires tight. 4 tires of fuel, 4 tires of fuel. Come on, we gotta get him back out there. He's a busy man.
I'm just here for seed.
It's all part of it. Suit up.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has everything you need to win the season and go full speed ahead.
Welcome back. Jim Replinger Field here in Hamilton, Illinois. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH, West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. Chargers with the ball on the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and 6 here for Illini West. Gonna see if they keep the run game heavy here inside the red zone.
Yeah, I think they will. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. As you stated earlier, they'll keep pounding it, or you may see that rollout pass they like to do right here. So
they do love to do that rollout pass. Had that 2-point conversion earlier on the rollout on their last drive. Carlisle in. Knox to his left. Johnson behind. They hand it off to Johnson up the middle. The gap gets filled immediately by the Titans. It's going to be a gain of about 2-3 yards. Tackle made, I believe, by Cole Furtado. Again, leading the Titans in tackles this season. One of the seniors on this Titan squad.
Yeah, I like the inside run defense by the Titans, but the outside, once again, is just getting killed.
3rd and 4 here for the Titans. 4-down territory. Ball on the 7. Knotts in it, back to his left. Johnson to his right. Niederman and Kinnaman in as wide receivers. They hand it off to Johnson for the outside run. They've got a lot of blocks and a wide open end zone touchdown for the Chargers. They get the end zone again here, extend the lead to 38-12. Another outside run, as you just said. They get a couple blocks, some polling linemen. They find the end zone yet again. We'll see if they go for the two-point conversion here. It looks like they're keeping the offense out there. They've only showed their PAT unit once and then immediately brought the two-point conversion or the offense back on the field for the two-point conversion. So I haven't seen the PATs yet.
Yeah, kind of a common thing throughout all high school football. Not a lot of field goals being kicked, but they did practice field goals earlier before the game.
Two backs again, Knotts left, Johnson right. They hand it off to Knotts this time. They fake it actually on the rollout. Wide open receiver in the corner. Again, that's Kinnaman. Two-point conversion is good. I'm getting faked out by these as well. That makes it a 40-12 lead here for the Chargers after another converted two-point conversion. They find the end zone, extend the lead 40-12. Titans going to have a lot of work here in the last 11 minutes and 14 seconds in this fourth quarter. A quick word from our sponsor, LJ Insurance. LJ Insurance, with locations in Keokuk and Fort Madison, they can be sure to answer all of your insurance questions. Because LJ Insurance is an independent agency, they can tailor a policy to fit your needs. Call LJ Insurance today at 319-524-4223 and ask them about life, health, auto, and home insurance and more. Or visit their office at 515 Main Street in Keokuk, Iowa. LJ Insurance, locally focused with sound advice. 11:14 on the clock, 12-40 the score. Titans going to get ready to return with Froman and Coltenberg in the back. Tristan ready to kick it off here for the Chargers.
Luke, what's the message for the Titans right here? Down big at home. Any words of encouragement? What's the philosophy here?
I mean, for me, it's keep the same mentality you've had for the past two seasons. It's fight until the last whistle is blown. 12-40, down by 28 right now. It's something you can come back to. You can't, if you say you're out, you're going to be out. And I don't think the Titans are doing that just yet.
Yeah.
I think they got to keep control of the ball. Can't have any turnovers for the rest of the game if they want a chance. This one's going to bounce around the numbers, returned by Coltenberg, but immediately tackled by Rowan Jackson. That's going to get him to around the 36-yard line, I believe. And they're going to put him, around the 27-yard line. 11:10 on the clock. Titans 3 timeouts, Chargers 3 timeouts remaining in this one. 1st and 10 for West Hancock.
I expect to see some quick game by the Titans here. As you stated, they're not out. The game's still going on, so continue to be you.
Trips left here. They're looking, but quick pressure from the Chargers. They get into the backfield. Number 67. We do not have him listed on our roster, so unsure who he is. But if you do know in the comment section who number 67 is, we'd love to give him a shout-out. He's been in the backfield a couple of times. Justin Baxter with the sack.
He has an alternate jersey tonight. Baxter on the stop.
The run here from the Titans. Get a couple of yards, but nothing much. A gain of about 2, and it'll bring up 3rd and 20 for the Titans.
Yeah, quick 2 plays already, 3rd and 20, 3rd and long for the Titans. As we go back to Baxter was in that backfield very quickly for that sack.
Getting ready for 3rd and 20 here for the Titans. Ball on the 20-yard line, trips left. Some pressure here over the middle of the field. They hit Gooding just a little too long. Hit his outreached hand, just couldn't quite come down with it.
Yeah, as you stated, a little bit too long, a little bit too high as well. Went to hit him right there in his numbers. The ball was off.
It's going to bring up 4th and 20 and a quick 3 and out for the Titans. They're going to have to punt this one away. Johnson and Carlisle set to return for the Chargers. Froman going to be the punt man for the Titans here. Low snap picks it up off the ground, boots this one away. Nice end-over-end punt to Johnson. Returns it around the 45. Tries to get outside. He gets around Daydant. Cuts it back inside and tripped up. I believe that's going to be by Malachi McCune on the tackle. 9:49 on the clock, and don't be surprised to see pure ground game from here on out from the Chargers.
Yeah, I don't see them throwing it anytime soon at this point. Up big, want to keep that ball.
And want to keep the clock moving. Want to get out here with the win. No sense to dilly-dally around.
Yep.
Want to get the win against a big rivalry school. And, again, a win can give them the opportunity to make the playoffs, depending on other schools' records. But a win here and a win next week as well would nearly secure that. Set up here, two backs, Knotts and Johnson. Kinnaman and Niederman as well as wide receivers. They pass it over the middle of the field. Had Kinnaman wide open, and maybe they were going with that surprise play there. Neither of us were really expecting the pass, assuming they would just run this one out. But there they shoot it over the middle of the field. Had an open Kinnaman, just didn't really get his hands up.
Yeah, I don't think Kinnaman was ready for that ball, or just couldn't really hone where the ball was coming down. But once again, definitely a surprising play right there.
They always talk about late hands as wide receivers. If you're catching the ball, you always want to have late hands. The second you put your hands up, the defensive back, especially if he's not looking, is going to assume the ball is coming towards you. He'll start playing there. His hand's just a little bit too late. Hand this one off to Knotts. He's got about 10 yards on this one. Tries to cut it back outside. Tackled by Caden Greer. Slips it, actually, and finally tackled by about 3 Titan defenders. Sitting around the 26-yard line. Greer going to get an assist on that one at least. Ethan Schmidt, Caden Greer, they're going to give them the tackles. It's going to be around the 27 officially. 9:10 on the clock. Carlisle again. Knotts to his left, Johnson to his right. See if they go with the outside run here again.
Carlisle.
Have Gilpin on the far side. They run it to Johnson. Tries to cut it back up the middle and hit hard by, and that's going to be Jess Scott. It's going to be a gain of about 3 yards before he's taken down. 2nd and 7 is the official call here for the Titans. And short runs here for the Chargers, but again, it's that motto, 3 yards a carry wins you the game every single time. Yep. 8:15 on the clock here for the Chargers. Johnson to his left this time. And a snap. They give it off to Johnson. Actually, it gave it up the middle to, it was a quarterback keeper to Carlisle. Thought he handed it off to Johnson instead. The Titans were more ready for it than I was, obviously. Carlisle keeps it on the carry up the middle of the field, but stopped around the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. 3rd and about 6 to go here.
Yeah, once again, the Titans, 2 D tackles up front is playing well, but once again, once they get to the outside, it's easily 3 to 5 yards every time.
Chargers with it, 3rd and 7. Ball on the 24-yard line, nearing the red zone of the Titans.
Luke, do you think we see a pass here?
I think they keep it on the ground in 4-down territory. There they are. Going to keep it to Johnson on the outside run. Going to be tackled by Jess Scott. Only going to be a gain of about 3 yards, it seems. That'll bring up 4th and about 3 to go here. But, again, 4-down territory for Illini West. They look
like they're going to bring an extra lineman in here as well.
They didn't run it to the wide side of the field. Decided to go short side of the field there on that one. See what they go with here. Johnson to the left. Knotts to the right here. Tight formation. Everybody on the line except for Kinnaman and the 2 backs. Motion over Kinnaman. They hand it off to Knotts. He's got some blockers. This is going to get him the first down, but a great tackle made. Held onto his foot, Tucker Coltenberg, but not before getting the first down for the Chargers.
Yeah, heavy package for the Chargers. Extra lineman in the game. Most of the time it is a run, so great job to get that first down for Chargers.
It's going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 15-yard line, and every single snap they're waiting for the back official, Levi Meyerhofer, to start counting them off. Knotts and Johnson again have been in dual threat backs all game long. Here we see Carlisle again waiting for the back judge to start counting him. He is here. Snaps it, gives it off to Johnson. He's got some blockers, slips up, but still keeps his feet under him and finds the end zone. A great run, 14-yard touchdown on that one. Johnson, another rushing touchdown, finds the end zone, gets him 6 more, makes it 46-12 after the run. Had a little bit of a slip up, but found the end zone to give him the 46-12 lead with 5:49 remaining. 2-point conversion coming here. Actually, correction. Here we go. We're going to get the backups in, it seems. No, it's the PAT unit. Too far ahead of myself. PAT unit comes out. It's down. The kick is up. Is that good? They're going to say no good. The official that had the call, I don't think was ready for it, but it's no good. The touchdown still is. 5:49 on the clock, 46-12 the score here. Chargers with the lead. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. West Hancock Titans Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back after this break.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Titans getting ready to return this here. Tristan ready to kick it away for the Chargers. 5:49 on the clock. Looks like the Titans are going to most likely be pass heavy here on this drive. That kick is away. It's a boot over outside the numbers, and this one doesn't roll out of bounds. A great kick. Coltenberg slips through a couple of defenders, but finally tackled and taken out of bounds around the 32-yard line. Jackson with the tackle, and a great kick by Tristan on that one. Been a great game from number 67, Justin Baxter, here today. So far, the linebacker had a jersey swap. Has had a couple of sacks, been in the backfield quite a bit. Saw his number earlier, but no 67 on our roster, so I was a bit confused. This run by Dadant, and Baxter right on cue gets into the backfield and makes the tackle.
I mean, Baxter was explosive right off the snap, went right through the guard and made a tackle.
He was ready for it on that one, that's for sure. The 6-foot, 185-pound senior read that like a book. Gets into the backfield. A gain of 2 still. Got some yards after contact. Trips left. Trying to get it over the middle of the field. They have Froman. Can't quite catch onto it. Pass was just a little behind him. Good defense from Jackson Van Fleet.
Yeah, we saw him get killed on a touchdown early in the game, but great defense by him now.
Titans ran a first down on the ground. A little bit surprising with the score, but 5:12 on the clock. Trips left here for the Titans. Ball on the 35-yard line. It's 3rd and 7. Varner, shotgun. 4 yards deep, drops back to pass. Looks over the middle, now over to the left side. Has Froman, and again, Froman can't hold on to it. Would have been short of the first down, but into his hands, just can't quite retain possession.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a little bit out of it or not, but I think those are 2 catchable balls he should have had.
It's 4th and 7 here for the Titans. Could potentially be another turnover on downs. I believe they only average 2 per game on the season. They're going to say 3 per game on the season for the Titans.
Along with Gooding to this near side.
5:05 on the clock. 4th and 7. Ball at the 35. Shotgun. Trips right. Got back to pass. Looking over the middle. Has Gooding. Raises his hand wide open at the 50 all the way to the 46-yard line. Does the Randy Moss hand motion. Gets it open on the slant route. And a Lost Boy Digital first down for the West Hancock Titans.
Yeah, Titans have 2 good receivers. Nice size on them as well. I just wanted to see them get them the ball more. But good job by Gooding making himself open over the middle for an easy target.
Seems like Gooding doesn't know the play here. And a false start going to be called against the Titans. This will move them back 5 yards. And, again, you mentioned this multiple times here today. They get something, and then they move themselves back. It's the 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's been killing them all day long. Getting ready for 1st and 15 here. Still positive yards after that penalty concerning the 4th down play. Trips right, drops back to pass, bootleg over. He throws it over the middle of the field to Colzenberg. That one almost picked off and just too high for Colzenberg, who can't get a hold of it, and Schmidt not there really in any catchable position.
Yeah, immediate pressure from that Chargers defense.
Forcing the pass.
Yeah, forcing the pass, throwing it across his body. Never something you want to do as a quarterback.
Very rarely does it work, and never, it seems, is the coach going to be happy about a cross-body pass.
Yeah.
Drop back to pass here, looking over the middle of the field. Finds Schmidt, but a great defensive play there from number 6, Brady Blanton. Gets his hand on it, knocks it out of the outreach hands of Ethan Schmidt, who had some sure hands here and there all season long, or I shouldn't say all season long, really recently in the reception game for the Titans. Schmidt on the year. He has himself 18 receiving yards. That is incorrect. Stats there for Schmidt. Nice slant power. Intercepted by Nick Johnson. Was too focused on Schmidt's stats that I missed the slant pick from Johnson with 4:16 on the clock.
Yeah.
Hit the hands of Gooding, but a tough one to retain there.
Yeah, really Niederman set that play up, knocking that ball away, making an opportunity for his teammate. We talk about the tip drill a lot in football, and there it was. So great stop by the Chargers defense.
Tip drill, ever so important. There we see it put into effect. Yeah. 4:16 on the clock. See how the Chargers go about this.
Yeah, we've been saying a lot of run, and they pass it every time. So
see what they do here. I can't remember if teams have the same record if point differential comes into effect, so that could be something they're looking at here while being up. They run it over to Knotts. This is going to be a gain of only about 3, and a flag comes into the air.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on one of those linemen, maybe a personal foul.
Yeah, pointing at, they're going to call personal foul against the Chargers. This will move them back 15 yards. Oh, they're going to call against the Titans. Correction. The official was pointing at the Chargers. And Coach Hartwig and Dorothy both confused because, like me, they saw the official who threw the flag point towards the Chargers, and this is going to be called a personal foul against the Titans, move them up 15 extra yards.
That was kind of interesting there. I thought it was definitely one of the Chargers, and then he pointed to the Titans.
1st and 10 nonetheless here at the 43-yard line. 2 backs One lineman, it seems, at back as well. They give it to him and take him out at the legs. Attaboy Colzenberg. Number 71, Isaac Jones, the 6'1", 225. They list him as an offensive lineman, gets the carry, but instead, Tucker Colzenberg, I hate to sell him short, but the 5'7" cornerback gets in on the tackles, and we've seen him make those kind of tackles against players all year long, just going after the legs.
Yeah, and I love the run by the big offensive lineman. Why not? Up big, let's have fun.
See if they give it to Jones again. They don't. They give it to Johnson, cuts up the middle, trying to be elusive with it, get it all the way to around the 39-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and about 4 to go here. They'll say about 6 to go here with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, for the first time, Luke, I see defensive subs for the Titans. So, honestly, I think they should have done that more in the game, but some fresh bodies in.
Manny Cedillo comes into the game on his senior night, along with number 17, Rise Plant, the sophomore. Still have Isaac Jones in the game. They list him at, tight end and defensive lineman. So maybe running more to that fullback positioning. Waiting for the back judge to start counting. There he goes. They hand it off to Johnson. Has the first down just barely all the way to the 31. That'll give him the first and a 1 extra. 2:30 on the clock. Flag. I believe this is going to be a sideline penalty. It is. It is going to be a sideline warning against the Titans. I believe this is at least the second week in a row that the Titans have received a sideline warning. It'll bring up 1st and 10. Ball going to be placed at the 32-yard line.
Ball will be at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 32 for the Chargers.
Jones still in the game. Johnson as well. New receiver in, Evan Sanderson, the senior, on the near side of the field. Still have Kinnaman on the far. Motion over Kinnaman. They pitch it up to him. Jet sweep. Cuts it back up. Nobody there. Cuts it back over the middle of the field. And finally, going to be taken. No, he slips out of it again. And taken down around the 27-yard line.
Yeah, he would not go down. But great play. Try to get a couple yards. But
fights for a few more.
Yeah.
Makes it 2nd and manageable here for the Chargers. 1:30 on the clock. Chargers trying to upset senior night here for the Titans, up 46-12. Ball on the 27-yard line. Flag. Well, they're going to wave it off. It's going to be a timeout by the Titans here. 1:16 on the clock. They take a timeout. We will as well here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll head to a quick break here.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Chargers with the ball on the 27, 1:16 remaining. Up 46-12 here in the 4th. Titans only 2 timeouts remaining. They hand it off up the middle to Johnson. Going to be taken down by Case Cole Morgan, I believe, on the tackle. Titans with only 2 Cole Morgan hauling touchdowns on the day so far. 3rd and 1 here. A minute on the clock. Chargers looking like they're going to come out of this one and move to 5-3 on the season. Titans going to fall to 1-7 on the season. 45 seconds remaining, could be the final play of the evening. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Dorothy took a timeout and subbed all of his seniors out here as well, as is custom on senior night. The snap, handed off to Jones. Jones almost brought down by Gooding. He has a couple more broken tackles before he's brought down by Caden Greer, and Jones with the great tackle, or great run, I should say, gets it all the way. It's going to make it 1st and goal. 21 seconds on the clock. They're going to stop it until they place the ball.
Yeah, I love to see a big guy rumbling and moving like that, especially to the outside, making a couple moves. How about that?
Rumbling and bumbling indeed. It's going to be 1st and goal. Ball on around the 7-yard line, it seems. They're going to run the clock out, and that'll be it here. Chargers get the win, 46-12 at Hamilton, Illinois, at Jim Replinger Field. Titans will move to 1-7 on the year, while the Chargers improve to 5-3 and open up their playoff opportunities with that win. One more would nearly secure it for them this season, as they just showed a dominant ground game against the Titans. Titans just couldn't really ever get anything going on offense. Again, a big thank you to everybody joining in and watching us here today on TSSR Game Time Live. This is the last football game I will be broadcasting this season. We will have another TSSR member, I believe, at Bureau Valley next week. But, of course, Keith Yucks will be on, what is it again, KQ?
On WCAZ.
WCAZ, that is correct. Keith Yucks will be out there broadcasting the game on the radio. Again, a big thank you for everybody joining in and watching throughout the season. It's an absolute pleasure of mine to be able to come and do the high school games. And again, a big thank you to all my color guys so far this year, John Little a couple times, and Kobe Blackmon getting his first chance to come out and broadcast with me. And, of course, Emily Hagee on the camera. Nothing would really be possible without her rocking the camera for me. Still one more game left in the season. Sadly, I will not be able to do it, but we will have somebody else out there ready to broadcast the game for the Titans. Thank you to everybody joining in and watching. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH with Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. Thank you. Have a great night.